As the leaves begin their colorful descent and a crispness fills the air, thoughts turn towards the inevitable arrival of winter. Will it be a season of gentle snowfalls, or will it unleash its fury with icy blasts and blizzard conditions? Meteorological models and long-range forecasts provide valuable insights into what we can expect for the upcoming winter season of 2024 to 2025. Early indications suggest that this winter might be a chilly one, with several key factors influencing weather patterns across the Northern Hemisphere. The upcoming winter is shaping up to be colder than average across many parts of the United States, Canada, and Europe. This prediction is based on a combination of factors, including the presence of La Niña, the anticipated behavior of the polar vortex, and the current stage of the solar cycle. Three primary factors are playing a significant role in shaping the winter forecast for 2024 to 2025. La Niña, the polar vortex, and solar activity. These phenomena are intricately connected, influencing atmospheric circulation patterns and impacting weather systems globally. La Niña, characterized by cooler-than-average sea surface temperatures in the equatorial Pacific Ocean, has far-reaching effects on global weather, particularly during the winter months. The polar vortex, a swirling mass of frigid air over the Arctic, regulates winter temperatures in the Northern Hemisphere. Solar activity, specifically the sun's natural cycle of increased and decreased energy output, can influence the behavior of the polar vortex, further impacting winter weather patterns. La Niña conditions can influence the strength and position of the polar vortex, leading to colder-than-average temperatures in certain regions. By studying these complex interactions, meteorologists can provide more informed predictions about the severity and duration of winter weather events. La Niña, Spanish for little girl, is a climate pattern that occurs in the Pacific Ocean and has significant impacts on weather patterns worldwide, especially during the winter months. Characterized by cooler-than-average sea surface temperatures in the central and eastern equatorial Pacific, La Niña disrupts atmospheric circulation patterns, leading to a cascade of effects that are felt far beyond the tropics. During a La Niña event, the trade winds strengthen, pushing warmer water towards Asia and allowing colder water to well up along the west coast of South America. This shift in ocean temperatures alters atmospheric pressure systems, influencing the jet stream, a band of strong winds high in the atmosphere that steers weather systems. In North America, La Niña conditions typically lead to a northward shift in the jet stream, resulting in warmer and drier conditions across the southern states and colder and wetter conditions in the north. High above the Arctic, a swirling mass of frigid air known as the polar vortex plays a critical role in shaping winter weather patterns across the Northern Hemisphere. This vast, low-pressure system, typically centered over the North Pole, acts as a giant refrigerator, keeping the coldest air trapped in the Arctic region. The strength and position of the polar vortex can fluctuate throughout the winter, influenced by factors such as solar activity and atmospheric pressure systems. When the polar vortex weakens or becomes disrupted, it can split into smaller vortices, sending lobes of frigid Arctic air plunging southward into lower latitudes. These southward incursions of Arctic air can bring dramatic drops in temperature, often accompanied by heavy snowfall, blizzards, and dangerously low wind chills. The weakening of the polar vortex is often associated with sudden stratospheric warming events which can disrupt normal circulation patterns and increase the likelihood of extreme winter weather events. Section 5. The Sun's Role in Winter's Tale. While it may seem counterintuitive, the sun, the source of all warmth on Earth, also plays a role in influencing the severity of winter weather. The sun's energy output fluctuates over an 11-year cycle, known as the solar cycle. During periods of high solar activity, characterized by increased sunspots, solar flares, and coronal mass ejections, the sun emits more energy, including ultraviolet radiation. This increased solar radiation can have a warming effect on the Earth's atmosphere, particularly in the upper layers. Conversely, during periods of low solar activity, the sun emits less energy, potentially leading to a cooling effect on the Earth's atmosphere. Low solar activity may contribute to a weakening of the polar vortex, allowing Arctic air to escape southward more easily, leading to more frequent and intense cold air outbreaks in mid-latitude regions. The current solar cycle, which began in December 2019, is in a period of relatively low activity, suggesting the polar vortex may be more susceptible to disruptions this winter. Section 6. A regional forecast bracing for winter's embrace. Based on current forecasts and the influence of La Niña, the polar vortex, and solar activity, here's a regional outlook for the upcoming winter season. United States, the northern tier of the U.S. from the Pacific Northwest to the Northeast, can expect a colder-than-average winter with above-average snowfall. The southern states, on the other hand, are likely to experience milder and drier conditions than usual. The Ohio Valley and mid-Atlantic regions may see a mix of precipitation types, with periods of heavy rain, snow, and ice. Canada. Most of Canada is expected to experience a colder and snowier than average winter. The prairie provinces may see particularly harsh conditions, with frequent cold air outbreaks and blizzard conditions. Coastal regions influenced by the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans may see slightly milder temperatures but with above-average precipitation. Europe, Northern and Eastern Europe are likely to experience a colder than average winter with above-average snowfall. Section 7. Sudden stratospheric warming, a winter wildcard. While La Niña, the polar vortex, and solar activity are major players in shaping winter weather patterns, other factors like sudden stratospheric warming events, or SWs, can influence the season's severity. SSWs are characterized by a rapid warming of the stratosphere, the layer of the atmosphere above the troposphere where weather occurs. These warming events can disrupt normal circulation patterns in the stratosphere, weakening the polar vortex and increasing the likelihood of extreme winter weather events in mid-latitude regions. During an SSW, the polar vortex can weaken, split into smaller vortices, or even shift off its polar axis, allowing frigid Arctic air to escape southward. The effects of an SSW can be long-lasting, with colder-than-average temperatures and increased snowfall often persisting for several weeks after the initial warming event. Section 8. Preparing for winter's fury. With the potential for a colder and snowier-than-average winter across many parts of the Northern Hemisphere, it's essential to be prepared for the challenges that winter weather can bring. Winterize your home. Insulate windows and doors, seal drafts, and service your heating system. Stock up on supplies. Ensure you have an emergency kit with food, water, warm clothing, blankets, and a first aid kit. Prepare your vehicle. Winterize your car, check the battery, tires, antifreeze, and windshield wipers. Keep an emergency kit in your car, stay informed. Pay attention to weather forecasts and warnings from your local meteorological agency. Be aware of the potential for winter storms, extreme cold, and other hazards. Section 9. A final word on a chilly season. As we anticipate the arrival of winter 2024 to 2025, it's clear that several factors are converging to create the potential for a colder and snowier season than average across many parts of the Northern Hemisphere. While long-range forecasts are not always accurate and weather patterns can change rapidly, the current indicators suggest that it's wise to be prepared for a chilly and potentially challenging winter. By understanding the science behind La Niña, the polar vortex, and solar activity, we can better anticipate the type of winter weather we might experience. Stay warm, stay safe, and embrace the beauty and wonder of the winter season.